You will never be able to make a woman happy. You just can't. If you last too long, then that's too much. But if you last too little, then that's too little. If you want too much intimacy, then you're being pushy. If you don't want intimacy at all, then you're cheating. You can remember to take out the trash, but she's going to remember that you didn't do the dishes. You can give her child support and you can give her over that and pay all of the in-between, and it's never enough. But when you pay nothing, then you're a deadbeat and she's still not happy. You could plan the perfect date, but if you didn't spend enough, then it's still not good enough. But if you don't plan a date, then you're a loser that puts in no effort. Women who don't have boobs want boobs. Women who don't have ass want ass. Women who have too much ass want a smaller ass. If you text too much, then you're basically a simp. But if you text too little, then you're a loser who doesn't care. You could buy her exactly what she wants, but if it's the wrong color, then it's still not exactly what she wants. You could give her all of the affirmation and all of the emotional support, but she's always going to remember the one time that you didn't. If you work too much, then you're not spending enough time with her. But then if you cut your hours and you're home with her more often, but you're making less money, then you're broke and you're basically a loser. If you watch too much football or have a hobby with the guys, then you're not invested in her. But if you don't have any hobbies or any other interests other than her, then you're a simp. Until you understand this as a man, that it's not your job or your responsibility to continuously make her happy, and that you can't make her happy, your life will be a lot easier. Okay, bye.
You know, a lot of these things I've said, but I think sometimes the female viewers that watch my channel, it's better when they hear from another female. You see what I'm saying? Some things, you know, a man can say and it comes off wrong, but if another woman's saying it, it's like, okay, right? They might receive it a little better. But real shit, you know, you got a past of dealing with multiple women, and then you finally try to cut the shorties off, and then just can't let the past go. That's another one. That's another big one for a lot of guys. And it's like, don't change yourself, man. If I could tell y'all anything, if y'all could take anything away from this video, do not change yourself. I'm not saying don't improve. I'm not saying don't try to become a better man, but don't change yourself trying to make someone else happy. You see what I'm saying? If you know that you don't want to be in a relationship, guess what? Don't be in a relationship. If you know you're not ready for a relationship, guess what? Don't be in a relationship, because you're gonna end up unhappy, right? And you're gonna revert to who you are instinctually as a man, as a person. Because only you can fix you as a man or a woman. Only you can save yourself. You know, I made a video a while ago and it's titled "Prayer Will Not Save You," right? And it was meant to be like a clickbait type video. But what I'm saying is, there's this one saying in the Bible that says faith without works is dead, right? So you can wish upon as many stars as you want. You can pray for it. You can dream for it till your heart's content. But guess what? Nothing's ever going to come into fruition unless you yourself start putting in the work, until you start making actionable steps to get to the next, you know, goal. You see what I'm saying? To get to the next milestone, to get, you know, further. You're just going to complain and stay the same, and then going to be looking to the sky and wondering why none of your, you know, none of your dreams, none of your aspirations are ever, you know, taking shape or taking form, because you are not doing anything. You cannot depend on no one but yourself, and nobody's gonna be looking to help you unless you're trying to help yourself. That's another big thing. You see what I'm saying? But women in particular, or men too, anybody, you can't make anybody happy. But ladies, we're talking about ladies right now. A lot of women, especially in today's age, you know, I talk about things, and my mom watches my channel, and sometimes she's taken aback about the things that I say, but I try to, you know, reassure her that, you know, I'm not mentioning you or women like you. We're in a new day and age. You know, my age bracket downwards, and then even some women in a higher age bracket are like the women are in modern times. But my age bracket specifically and lower, you know, primarily, these women have a whimsical way of thinking, and you know, they expect things to be perfect 24/7. Happiness, like I've said before, is an emotion, and emotions are fleeting, which means they are ever changing, right? Women have women on the rag, you know, what, 5 to 7 days a week? No, I said a week, a month, you know, and their emotions are, you know, up and down all the time, you know, without even counting that, but especially in that particular time. And anything could set them off, right? You may have forgot something, you may have mentioned something wrong, and like the lady said, they don't forget that. Nobody forgets the one time you said no. And you could have said 100, you could have had 100 yeses. You could have had 100 yeses, bro. But that one no, for whatever reason, right? It could have been the most valid reason that you could have, you know, had. It does not matter. The only thing that matters is I came to you and you told me no, right? Or you fucked up this one time. Now guess what? Now I gotta hold it over your head. So what you have to do is let go. Just let go. Like, I'm not saying don't care about the people that are in your life, but I'm telling you, you can't worry yourself about things that are outside of your control. You cannot control anyone but yourself. No one's emotions but your own. So with that being said, if she's upset about something, if she can't sit down and have a, you know, genuine conversation with you, right, and y'all can't move past it, what are we even talking about, right? You just want something to be mad at? Is that what it is? I don't understand. Or maybe I'm just not the guy for you, because these things are outside of my scope, outside of my realm. I'm trying to increase cash flow. I'm trying to increase, you know, my productivity. I'm trying to increase the you know, the output daily. I'm trying to become something, and I cannot become that thing if you are over here in the corner pouting every day, all day. Because what's going to end up happening is you might resent me for whatever reason. I'm going to end up resenting you, right? And then we just going to be, you know, either it's going to be tension, it's going to be animosity, and we're just going to be enduring the rest of this relationship. Or you can stop going against the grain, stop going against me, and start, you know, teaming up with me, right? Because we can get much further when there's two people working on the same accord, on the same page. And a lot of people just don't understand that. I don't know what it is. And that's why a lot of men are single. I'm telling you, like, and it was saying, what, the Gen Zs, they're having less sex than anybody at any time period. I see the fuck why. I see why. And it's not always the ladies, right? Because some of these fucking dudes are straight creeps, straight weirdos, straight fucking dweebs. Don't want to self-improve, don't want to go to the gym, don't want to eat right, don't want to wear jewelry, don't want to do anything. So if you don't think you have to market yourself and make yourself, you know, look good, check it out. If you're selling a vehicle, right? What's the first thing you do? I got a vehicle I'm selling right now. Some people, you could post it as is, right? And you know, it'll water down your chances of selling it or your potential resale value. Or if you know there's a few things that have to be fixed, if they don't cost much, get those fixed, right? Get it cleaned up, get it detailed, put some new tires on it. Something that I would do, right? I mean, if you got the money to do it, I would do it that way. That potentially increases the cash value, you know, that and potentially increases the people that are interested in buying the vehicle, right? Your your impressions on the vehicle. And then, you know, just being a transparent person about anything that may be wrong or something they may have to look out for, things like that. So why wouldn't you think you would have to do that? You should apply that to any scenario in your life that involves you trying to attract other people, right? You're trying to attract someone to when you're selling something, you try to attract them to the product. You apply the same thing to your life, your dating life, you know, your work life. You apply the same things. If you're trying to get a job, you know, you go to the job and you leave a good impression. You go to the job interview, my bad. You go to the job interview and you leave a good impression, right? You dress well, you speak well, your mannerisms are well. You see what I'm saying? These things increase your chances of getting into this job. Stuff like that. So why would you not do that? So it's like, you just want to make sure that you're putting yourself first and foremost in anything that you do. Because if you are looking for, you know, fulfillment in someone else, it's never going to work. It's never going to work. And that is the main problem in today's dating culture, put it that way. People are so ready to jump in and out of something. You see what I'm saying? Y'all want to skip the talking stage. Y'all want to move in. Y'all want to, right, have pregnancy scares and bullshit like that. And it's like, you don't even know this person, for real. This man could have been on the list, right? On the offender list. This guy could have had an abusive past. But none of that. It's like you have your blinders on in the beginning of a relationship. So it's, you know, tread lightly with anybody you deal with, right? And make sure you always put yourself first. Because if you don't, only you gonna be the one suffering in the end. But I don't know. Get a comment section. Let me know how you feel about this. But I do know one thing though. Make sure y'all dine your eyes, girls, your T's. If y'all want one-on-one consultation, link will be in the description, depending on the first comment. If y'all want to join Discord, link will be in the description. It's your boy Alex. Until next time, catch y'all in the next one.